Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Joe Martin Show. Today I'm here with OK Robot. So can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Jimmy. I play guitar.
My name is Mario. I play bass.
Hi, my name is Eddie, and I play drums, like the bongos and stuff, and all that stuff.
And my name's Emily, and I'm on vocals.
So
Or I sing. I sing. I don't know.
I sing for the lay person.
I don't know. I didn't know how to word that.
articulate my voice in a particular way.
Sure.
So how did you guys form the band?
Oh shit, that was like
2000.
2009.
Oh wow.
We were. It was me, Mario, Eddie. We were in high school. Tried to start a band several times and it failed. Even one person told us that we were amateurs and that to quit. So we did for a bit, and then we did the opposite. And then we started a band. We had a singer prior to Emily, but she wasn't very nice, so she quit eventually. And then we found Emily, who was a lot nicer and more talented. And then we we've just been
I
going-
nodded, but I'm like, wait, no, I don't want to like put myself out there like that.
So we've just been going ever since, like, with Emily since like 2011, and we have two other members. Like throughout the years, we've acquired more talented people. We have Ethan on guitar, and we have Joe on rhythm. So we're like a pretty big band.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
We're like Slipknot.
yeah, we're like
Yes,
Slipknot.
Yeah. Less angry.
Yeah, except like not metal.
So what would your genre be exactly?
Like pop punk, like alternative,
Robocore.
Yeah.
like Creed, but like
More pop punk.
more pop punk.
And that's actually like a really good question, because when people say like, "Oh, you play in a band?" Like, yeah. What sound do y'all play? A genre? I tell them Robocore.
Robocore. Well, people have told me, because our name's OK Robot, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, so do you guys do like techno dance music
Yeah.
because of like robot?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we
it's
do
like,
get that a
no,
lot.
not at all. Actually, it's more pop punk. So
And that's what makes it like the people want an interest to listen. Like, oh, well, this robot sounds or something. So
Yeah.
kind of like I don't know, like
It's the conversation starter, yeah.
yeah, there you go. But we've also been called iRobot. So
Yeah, the Will Smith movie.
yeah.
And I think if you like see like on if you Google us, there like the Red Hot Chili Peppers comes out.
No, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
they have
what?
a song like it has robot in it. And
Oh,
that-
shit, I
and
didn't
we
know
get
that.
hits on that, and then we get like a video of robots playing Nirvana. Yeah, it's like
That's the start.
yeah.
This guy.
What were you gonna say?
we get confused. We get confused for like a Radiohead cover band or something.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, 'cause of,
Yeah, if you Google us, we get Red Hot Chili Peppers, a Radiohead cover band, and
Because they have OK Computer.
yeah,
And we're OK Robot.
yeah,
So,
I forgot about that. Wow.
yeah.
That's interesting. How did you land on that name?
That was Mario.
Oh yeah, so I was really into Lost when it came out, and then J.J. Abrams, I think, who was a producer on that show. I think he directed or produced. He has a production called Bad Robot, and I just kind of ripped it off of him.
Oh, that's
Just
interesting.
put OK.
Just put
It's okay.
OK Robot in front of that. Yeah.
Just laugh.
He never does that. I don't know why he's doing it now.
Yeah. That's so Eddie of you. Classic Ed. We never say that either.
We never say that
like,
either.
what's happening right now? We're just saying things we don't normally say.
And that takes a different meaning now because like the word that was coming in use was OK Boomer, but now it's OK Bot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, boomer.
when that like came out, I tried like making that like a thing, but it didn't catch on. It was
Didn't catch
kind
on.
of like, okay, never mind, forget it. But yeah,
You tried writing the OK Boomer wave.
yeah, we tried. It didn't work out.
Nope.
No, we're kind of boomers now, so
Actually, yeah.
yeah.
How does that feel? Because you guys were mentioning about like different years, like 2015.
Yeah.
It's even that like I was agreeing like it does feel like 5 years ago, but it's already 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Like literally, like every band that we started out with don't exist anymore.
How does that feel?
It feels crazy. It feels good though, like at times, because I feel like we have like
ETHP is still around.
oh yeah, and the Hero Prevails
Well,
is still around.
there's a few that are still around, but I want to say like the majority are not.
Yeah.
Like that we first started playing shows with.
Yeah, and it seems like every other year, like new bands sprout, and
Come
we
and go.
see them like
Yeah.
come up and grow and stuff, and then we see them break up, and just like stop like doing things, and it's so weird to see that keep happening and happening.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like being like those grandparents that just know what's gonna happen. Like
We're like, hey, that band sounds really good.
Yeah.
We're the old
we give
farts.
them a year.
yeah, we'll give them 1 year, and then like sometimes like they end up being like really great. Like I remember when Sons of Texas were
Oh, yeah.
were starting out, and then they got huge like touring and shit, and then they also broke up. But,
Yeah.
Or
but
they're
yeah.
having like some kind of internal issues. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just
that's-
it's
that's a
weird.
fun-
Yeah, because like the music scene just moves so like. I think when you play music, time just flies.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of just going. You're basing your calendar based on like the next show.
That's true. And I think it's so funny because when we first started, well, I first started playing shows, I felt like we were the younger crowd. And when we would play shows where it was mostly like older people, I felt like, oh, we were the young people. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, all these people are so much older than us. And I still felt like a kid, you know, at the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing like all these younger kids. And I'm like, oh my God, we're the older people now. Like, and now there's all these young kids that are like coming into the scene, discovering like the music scene and like the community and everything. And I was like, wow, like it's so crazy how like
The show we played at 707, like half the bands there were like really young kids. I'm
Yeah.
like, and they're freaking good. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, there's definitely
Yeah.
a lot of talent.
Yeah, I remember we played at Tuna Mansa, and I had like the lowest of expectations there because it was just kids. And when we started like playing, they were so into us.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
and like it's something that we hadn't kind of like seen in a bit. Where like these last 2 years specifically have just been very like, it's like for some reason kids now like give a shit more, and they like, because like there was years where like kids wanted like indie, or they wanted like metal, or they wanted just like punk and just stuff like that. And like now more than ever, it's so weird how like they just want to just listen to anything.
Yeah.
Like
They're-
they are down to hear anything at all.
They're more open now. That's
Yeah.
what I've noticed. Like, because even like I remember growing up when like there was always like the cool thing or like the cool music, the cool band, you know, the cool genre, whatever. And it's like, oh, if you're listening to. If you're not listening to this and like it's not cool or you're not cool or whatever. And now I feel like kids nowadays are so much more open to like any genre, any kind of music, and they'll jam to like whatever. Like and it's so funny because I remember that specific show. I want to say, I don't know if it was that show or if it was another show, but there was another show where there was a lot of young people, and a lot of the bands were like super different, like from metal to like indie to like punk. I think it was the one.
When we saw
McAllen.
Fiends,
Yeah,
right?
and when we saw Fiends.
Yeah, we
in
saw
McAllen,
Fiends.
and every band was like so different, but that same crowd was like jamming just as hard,
Terrific,
like
yeah.
to every single band, and I was like, dang, like that's awesome, you know, to see that.
That's interesting because, like, from when, like, the stories I heard, like, there was, like, a switch off between, like, the older bands and, like, the younger bands because, like, I guess back then, like, more of the bands that were known here, I guess, were, like, more hardcore. And then, like, all these younger kids, like, they're growing up with more, like, softer punk pop, indie and all that stuff. So I was curious, like, how have you seen, like, these kind of transitions throughout the years or?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like now more than ever though, but like I remember like there was a show where we would play with like just like metal bands, and I think we were like the only one that was
Like
like
the early 2000s.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like for some reason like people just didn't feel it, but then like there was times where like we would play like, I think like when you play like there's like a difference like
Yeah.
where like we would play scene shows, which are like, you know, like right now I think that's like Bummer Shed, that's like
Yeah.
you know, like the Gremlin, stuff like that. Those are scene shows. And then there's like bar shows, like where you play at like Hop Shop, the Flying like Walrus, where like they know what they want there, and if they don't get that, well, you know, they'll just stand back and they'll just be like, it's cool. But like I remember we would play scene shows back then, and like it was like if you weren't playing what they like wanted, they weren't gonna like listen to you, they weren't even gonna like talk to you.
Oh.
And then in bars it was the complete opposite, where like it was like you could listen to anything, and as long as you were like a pretty cool like dude, they were gonna just be like into you. And I kind of feel like now it's swapped a bit.
You think so?
A little bit.
I feel like what I've noticed is that I think that like yeah, back in the day, back then, that's true with the bar scene. What you were saying, it is true. Like their minds were a little more decided on like what they wanted. But I also have noticed over the years that it's also like the interaction with the crowd. Like if you just have fun with them and show like, oh, I'm just here having a good time, just the way you're here having a good time. It's like okay, it's all just like good vibes, you know. But I've noticed that the less that you interact with the crowd, the less they're like into you, but the more that you're into them, they're also into you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And like, what kind of changes have you guys gone through? Because like, have you guys like kept a consistent sound with your genre, or have you changed? Or
I think like on our first EP, we were trying to like figure out what we were gonna sound like, and so it's kind of like all over the like all over everything. And then our first album, we were just it took a lot of money. It took a lot of it took a lot of time. It took us like 3 years to make it. And so, and then also like we were lucky to be in a studio with a really talented dude named Larry Lozano, and his thing was that like pretty much anything's possible. And so like we kind of took that as like, okay, let's add, because like we're like, I guess like a punk band at heart, like kind of. And so but like we were like, okay, let's try like acoustics, let's try pianos, let's try like there's like a song where we use like cello. And so that first album, it's so huge and it's so grand, but I feel like we were trying anything, and so like every song sounds a little bit different, sounds like all over the place again, but it's actually pretty cool. And then our second album, I guess we finally figured out what we like wanted to sound like. And so I think that's like my favorite one is our like current one, because we figured it out, like what our sound is and
It has
what
more
we
of
want to
like
do.
a consistent tone.
Yeah, it's like a consistent tone, and like it just doesn't sound like we're just throwing something out there. And so like I really like our second one because it's just very consistent. And like
agree.
Also,
Emily
I feel like
cusses,
we're
like,
just
into
more
something.
confident in the overall
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Also, we were just confident. We just like went in there. We're just like boom, boom, boom.
I think
boom,
it's
boom.
because we went in there knowing it, like you said, like we knew exactly what we wanted. Whereas with the first one, we went in and we weren't even sure like what to expect.
It's like every song was like, okay, like what do we do with this song?
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah, it
but
was fun.
like we were like early 20s at that time. So
Yeah.
so it's like we like barely had like jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like every song we could like take our time on and have fun and this and that. It was probably one of the funnest times ever. And but like the second one, we had like jobs, and I think our producer like Larry, he had a full-time job too. So it was very like get in there, do your thing,
Get
get
out.
it done, get out. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is funny because like how you're saying with the first album, it was more like fun and like, oh, we're just having a good time. And I remember we would stay in the studio till like midnight or like 1 a.m, you know, whatever.
Hashing
and
out
then,
the deets.
Yeah.
And then by this album, we're like, all right, it's already 10 o'clock, guys.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap
We
it
gotta
up.
wrap
Let's
it
go. Let's go. Like
Yeah, like we got to finish this up. But I also think with the first one, like I said, you know, we didn't really know what to expect or anything. So I also felt like a lot of it was also us just figuring it out, you know, figuring like what direction we were going with each song, because we really like we had a general idea, but we didn't even really know what we wanted it to sound like. And then I feel like with that experience going into the second album, I feel like we had more of more of an idea of like what the whole process was. I feel like we were more prepared. We were more established in a way. Like we knew what we wanted to sound like exactly. And since we had already had that prior like studio experience, it was more like get in, get out, do what we got to do, and that's it. And you know, like Jimmy said, like with now, you know, we all got responsibilities, we got jobs, we got you know, time is money. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, we got shit going on. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it got, well, out of curiosity, has it gotten easier or harder to do more music? Because now you're more established compared to like your younger self. Yeah. But then like I'm pretty sure now you have more expendable income compared to like when you guys were younger.
Yeah.
Has there
dude.
been like a trade off between time and money itself?
Yeah, I think at the time it was money,
We had all the time.
We had all the
Yeah,
time
no
and
money.
less money, and now we have a lot of money and
No time.
less time. But I kind of feel like it's so cool because like before it was like such a hassle because like we're so like we were so young and like it was either like, hey, do we like practice or do we go and like do like friend stuff, or like do we like do we go like write songs, or do we go, you know, like party and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes it was kind of like, let's do the other thing instead. And I kind of feel like now, even though we don't have time, when we do have time, it's like all about like, all right, let's go and let's like practice. And so like that becomes like fun in itself, and like the studio becomes fun too. And it's just, it's so much easier to make that like a focus now,
Yeah.
because it's like we during like COVID time, like there was like a year where we just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And just being like nonstop since 2009, just like playing shows every other like weekend, constantly just like practicing, to not do anything for a whole year was so weird. And so like after that, it was like, let's just like do this, and like let's not like take it for like granted.
Yeah.
And so like we got like very like serious about it, and I kind of feel like that's like our like time now where we just do it now.
And kind of to like, I guess, segue a little bit into that, like how you were saying, you know, we went through COVID and we did kind of, I feel like, take that time together for granted, playing shows and all that stuff. So when we finally were out of COVID, like, yeah, we were more like determined and more like just happy to be together again, practice, play shows and stuff like that. But another thing is that like as we've grown up and, you know, like grown as people and stuff like that, one thing that I've always been like really grateful for is that like this has always been like a constant. Like things change, you know, people come and go, like situations change, but music and, you know, being in the band and everything has always been something that's been like consistent. So I feel like it's been a huge part of, I mean, not to get all sappy or whatever, but it's been a huge part of like my life and stuff. And now it's like I can't even imagine like not doing music, you know, and especially because, you know, as you get older, like, you know, we have less time now and, you know, jobs and, you know, adult shit to do. And so this is like a great way, like a great outlet to kind of like de-stress and just have fun and, you know.
I feel like before, like we would probably write about imagining problems we have.
Yeah.
Now we actually have legitimate problems where we can actually write about.
I know, it's so sad.
I was like,
Existentialism.
I would try to
like,
think of like lyrics, like what's angsty, what makes me angry, you know? And then now I'm like, damn, bills make me angry.
We wrote a song
Like
about
fucking
bills.
inflation makes me angry. How do I make a song about that? But yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Like how has like your lyrical like work has changed. I mean, I'm pretty sure like you're mentioning before you had like imaginary problems. Now you have like actual problems.
Well, at the time I did have problems, but now I realize they weren't really problems. I thought they were. I thought I had problems, which I'm like, you know, ignorance is bliss. I thought I had problems. Now I actually have real problems. But I want to say that I feel like lyric wise, anyway, when I was in high school, one of my biggest inspirations was Flyleaf, and Lacey, what's her Lacey Mosley Stern. Now she got married. Yeah, Sturm, something like that. Okay, so her singer of Flyleaf. I really like the way she would like write songs and like the metaphors she would use and the way she would like you know, create like her melodies and everything. So I feel like I took a lot of that, and then of course I tried to like make it my own. And I feel like in our first album, it is a little bit more like, I guess more like metaphorical and not so much like the words weren't as plain and dry. It was more like, oh, you can see it from so many different perspectives and it could mean anything, you know, or whatever. Because also since I was younger and I, you know, didn't have real problems, I'm like, well, I can make music that can mean anything and it's relatable to anybody. But now that, you know, I've grown and like matured as a person with real problems now, I feel like with this album, the lyrics are more like straightforward. It's like you get what I'm trying to say. Like what I'm saying, it's like it's plain and dry. You know, it's not so much like, oh, I wonder what that could mean. It's like you hear the song and you're like, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. So I feel like for me, I'm more so just being myself now versus before I was just trying to figure out who I was, you know, like as a writer or whatever. So.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I you know what? I didn't even know that until right now either.
Kudos, girl.
I'm still finding myself.
Would that also apply to the rest of you guys, like when it comes to like your instrumentation?
Yeah, I think when I if anybody hears the first the album, they hear like so much like trying so hard, like I guess like guitar wise, just to sound like super good. And like there's like all these parts that are like there's like layers. There's like a rhythm layer, then there's a lead layer, and then there's like a weird chord rhythm layer, and then like a weird lead layer. Like there's like literally just a bunch of things just stacked on top. And then on like the second one, I kind of just didn't really care where like I just like wanted everything to sound good and for it to sound like I guess raw, I guess. Which is like my favorite type of, you know, like songs. Like I think like Weezer's like first album is super great, but their second album is so like dirty and raw, but it's amazing. And so the second one of ours, it's so straightforward. It's almost very stripped like down. It's just like a voice, guitars, bass, drums, and that's literally it. And so like I kind of just feel like I kind of like that more now. Like just very simple now. I don't know about Mark.
I agree. Yeah, I like it.
I feel like Eddie finally got good at drums too, like on our second album.
Really? I mean, I still think he sucks. No,
There's
I'm just
literally
kidding. No,
anybody can listen to our first album and listen to the second or the third song. It's called Run. There's no fills on it. It's literally just like ba ba ba, and it never stops. And then on the second album, I literally put a song in the same key, in the same speed, and the drums, it's the same thing. Third track, same key, same beat, and it's literally like so much more better. But yeah, that's just something I just wanted to mention.
Hey, what's the third track?
Shut up, Eddie. But like on the third song, it's like literally like almost the same song, just different lyrics, different like, you know, it's like twisted a bit, but like Eddie's drums are like so much like better now. I feel like Eddie's like the only one that actually like grew more on our second album, and we kind of
I feel like we all grew. I feel like all of us in our own way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, Eddie does more fills now.
Yeah.
Mario does more slides and hammer-ons and hammer-offs.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he does it. I'm just saying it. I don't know. And Jimmy does more guitar stuff. You know, Jimmy does what he does.
I didn't do anything. I literally got another guitar player,
No.
so I didn't have to do anything.
No, don't let them see behind the curtain.
Ethan does
Jimmy.
everything. I want everyone to like know that. On the second album, I was like, Ethan, just do it all, baby. And he like literally does everything, and I'm just like,
no, people are not supposed to peek behind the curtain. It's all supposed to be an illusion.
And now we have Joe live.
Oh yeah,
and
Joe
he plays
awesome.
rhythm with me, and sometimes I just don't even play.
Yeah.
I'm just
He's like in Freaky Friday when Lindsay Lohan's mom is like still in her body.
Yeah,
and
I
mom,
am Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's him,
Jamie
but
Lee
in
Curtis,
Lindsay Lohan's and so that's basically Jimmy. So it's all just, you know, for show. He's rocking.
We were playing a show recently, and I popped a string, and nobody noticed, and I just turned off my guitar and I just pretended to play.
To keep playing.
And then afterwards, I was like, "Hey guys, I popped a string," and they're like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah,
We
but
didn't
Joe
even
is playing."
notice.
I literally told Joe, "Hey, like raise up a bit," and he did, and I just stopped playing.
Dang. So what did you do on stage? You were just
I
pretending?
was just pretending.
Wow. No wonder sometimes your amp isn't even plugged in. I'm
No,
just
it's not
kidding.
even.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I literally just want to do less and less.
Right. He just wants to just enjoy just being in the band, but not actually.
Yeah,
Actually
not
sing.
actually doing anything.
Yeah.
This was like the best part to be in.
Right?
Yeah. He's just a managerial.
Hey,
position.
the guy from what's that ska band called? The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. The one
Hype
that,
Man?
Yeah, the hype man. He just dances, but he gets paid the same as everybody else.
Wow.
Yeah, so that could be me.
I mean, because it's still work.
I know.
To get
it's
a crowd
still work.
going.
You have to. It's
Yeah.
cardio.
Hey, you should just do that. Be our
I
hype
should
man.
just do that.
Yeah.
I can't dance,
You need to go in the crowd and get the people,
Right?
going.
but then they'll like know that I'm not playing.
It's okay.
It doesn't matter.
You-
Part of the experience.
Yeah, exactly. You've evolved. You could just say that. I've evolved into a
Yeah.
hype man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can do that. I'll do that.
Out of curiosity, earlier you mentioned Weezer.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel weird that they're now basically the Nickelback of our times?
Yeah. It's
Wait, they are? I didn't even
they
know
Yeah.
that.
came okay,
When
so
did that happen?
So
What?
they did great with Blue Album, Pinkerton, and then Green Album, and then Maltroid was just like whatever, right? And then they came back with Make Believe, which is an incredible one. Red Album was great, and then they did Ratitude and Hurley, which everybody hates, right? I actually think it's a pretty decent two albums, but people did not like that. And then they came back with Everything Will Be Alright in the End, which is an amazing album. So they came back.
Yeah.
And then White Album was incredible. That was like literally like Blue Album Part 2, right? So they came back. And then they did Pacific Daydream, which for some reason people didn't like, but I thought it was like White Album Part 2. And then they did the Black Album, which was like, I'm like the biggest Weezer fan ever.
Yeah.
But it was horrible. It was like the worst thing that they've ever done. And then they did the Seasons one that they're like doing now, and I don't like any of it. So I get why people don't like them. Like they don't like them almost to the point as to compare them to like Nickelback.
Yeah.
It's because they're literally just phoning it in at this point, because I think like Rivers has he has a computer program that he made that has every single demo, lyric, every single like riff that he's ever done, and he will literally put, okay, like I need to write a sad song in the key of B, and it needs to be at this speed, and he will literally just type in keywords,
Yeah.
and it'll pop out everything,
shit.
and then he will literally just copy and paste everything now. That's literally how he writes all
Yeah.
his songs now.
Yeah, because like on TikTok, like they're kind of like, I guess they get kind of hated on like Nickelback, but they also become like the new Rick Roll, where anytime they play like Buddy Holly or Island in the Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really play it anymore, or like they like play it in spite or something now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah. It's super, like, for some reason, like Rivers is just like, he's this weird dude where like he just gets like spiteful and he doesn't want to do anything for like a bit, but he needs money. So like he will like literally just like, all right, here's this and this and this. And then when he wants to, he can come back.
Yeah.
It's just, it's already like 4 albums now, and I'm just like, I don't
Oh, wow.
like
Yeah.
hurry
Yeah, I
up.
was listening. I think the Conan interview where he was talking about the season thing. He sounded
Yeah.
really into the idea, but
Yeah, and it's just like there's like if he writes one good song, he's like, all right, then I've already done it. So now I just need to put all these other songs in. And like literally on like Autumn, it's the single, and in Summer, it's Records. It's an amazing song, but all the rest of the songs are so horrible. They're just like
So they're just like filler.
they're
songs.
literally like carbon copies of that one good song.
That's,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm bummed
I had
out
no
about
idea about that, but you know what? I don't really follow Weezer anymore.
that. Yeah, I
Neither
follow-
do I. I just follow TikTok and like
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
no,
showing
dude.
memes. So I'm
That's all
like,
you need now.
I
You
just
do not
tryna-
want to, yeah, like you do not want to mention like I can talk like Weezer, like
I'm just trying to
awful.
trying to find out where the comparison to Nickelback is. Like
I guess it's just like the becoming. It became
the
the new.
genericness
Yeah.
of it, or
For me, it was more like basically like it became like the new the most hated internet band or whatever. Like
like hated.
Yeah.
yeah, hated just or dislike whatever you want to say. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fair. At this point, it's fair. Like before, like I would have like some like kind of like, well, you know, like they still try hard, but it's been like already like 4 albums and they're not trying anymore. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like how they became like that kind of band where like people just like joke around about them.
Yeah, it's just like they well, it's mostly like Rivers. He just tries to be the cool old dude where like he's like, oh, is that like trending? Cool, we're gonna do that. And it's like, oh dude, like
Like he's
Don't.
kind of run out of material
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, like people are on like TikTok, we're gonna be on like TikTok. Oh, like they're like doing that now, we're gonna do that. And like it just comes off as like someone's dad like doing that now.
That sucks.
Yeah, because the last thing I saw that was like really popular with him was when he covered Africa with Weird Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Weird Al's great, but for some reason they didn't. And it was so huge. It was
Yeah.
everywhere. Like that cover was absolute. They did a skit on like SNL.
Oh, about the Weezer
Yeah,
albums?
and it was an amazing skit. But honestly, he didn't need to do any of that. Like it would have been fine. But yeah, but
I think it's one of those things where maybe he thinks they're writing gold, but actually they're not. Where
Maybe.
they're just
Oh,
so caught
God.
up in their own like
Ignorance is
delusion.
bliss.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like, and it's like we're treating out these gold nuggets, and like no one likes
These
it.
gold
I
nuggets.
don't know, it's-
yeah, I don't know,
Oh
man.
my
That was,
It's maybe us.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, we're-
I mean, honestly,
Shit, that's good.
Do you guys do that or no? Like, do you have like people you talk to for like for second opinions when it comes to your music?
oh hell no, no, yeah, we're like literally just like we like do things even if it doesn't get any kind of attention.
Wow, that's actually a good idea though to ask for like
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah.
Like we never
I
knew.
mean,
We're just like yeah.
we like talk to like we're like we have friends like we're friends with the band Fiends, and I kind of feel like we don't ask them, but if we do something and if they're like, hey, that's super cool, then I'm like, oh, awesome, great, like then we're doing something right. Like if someone like likes it, cool.
You know, that is true because we are friends with a lot of people that also do music and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like for the most part, the feedback has been mainly positive. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard anything negative, at least not that I know of, you know. But I guess, yeah, I kind of just go off of that. Like, if they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that sounds cool, I'm like, cool.
Yeah, like I think like so far like our first album, it took like a couple years, maybe 3 years for it to break 1,000 plays on like any of the songs.
Yeah.
And like right now it's only been out what like a month and a half or two months, and
months.
it's already
Yeah.
broken like 2,000 plays each.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
I didn't even know that. That's
yeah,
cool.
so like it's pretty good. And I think like when we promoted the first one, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like where it's like let me just make memes. Like I was doing like Weezer things. I was like, let me just make memes and shit. And I feel like it didn't come across as like serious like about it. And then like on our second one, like every like promo that I made was like this is supposed to be like what's gonna get us to next week.
Yeah.
And then so like I would take it all like seriously. And like that all like worked out too, because I mean like we got like contacted from like merch like people. So then after that we made merch, and then we got contacted by like a logo dude, and he's like making stuff like. And then the biggest thing is we got contacted by a dude from like California, and he's like,
Oh, wow.
dude, like come in, so like we're gonna record there in like a month. And but yeah, like all because of like because I took it seriously. And then also like I like invested in it. It's like I don't think like they understand that that like there has to be like money involved in it. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And like I literally
Join up.
yeah, and like you don't even have to invest so much in yourself. I literally invested what, like $50?
Between all of us, like quite a no.
No, like in just like a promo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I literally invested $50 in pushing a music video that someone did for $20. And in that we got a dude that was like, hey, like do you want to come over here and record like 4 songs?
On what platform did you guys like promote this stuff?
Instagram.
Instagram, surprisingly.
Instagram
which-
is so great.
I was gonna say apparently Instagram is like the place to promote stuff,
'Cause
like
we
for
did-
the most exposure.
Oh,
Yeah, we did Facebook stuff, and we just got a lot of like.
Old people.
Elderly.
Old people.
Actually, no joke. Like it was what 65 plus or 62 plus.
I don't know,
age
but
group.
they're really nice.
It's because I put like any age group and I put any subject. Okay, so
Yeah.
that was my fault again.
We had even done this one Christmas cover one year, and I was so like shocked with like the amount of views it got. It was like in the thousands, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't expect this. And then I see like who's like,
all old people.
and it's all like senior citizens. But hey, old people love Christmas music,
true.
so I was
They're
like,
really nice.
I'll
like,
take it. I mean, they loved it, so that was
did.
great.
They're like, this song is fire.
It is
It's so
fire.
fire.
It's bussin'. It
bussin'.
slaps.
Grandma.
I was like, Grandma,
How do you know this?
why are you talking like that? She's watching too much TikTok.
I know.
She's like, no cap, fam. On God.
Forever.
I'm like, damn, Grandma. You're with it. Are
Does
people
it
still
feel?
saying
Does
that?
it feel weird like when the slang starts changing throughout the years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
Oh my God.
I currently work at a school as a driver, and sometimes like you get like a gap of time where like you don't know that like kids aren't saying it yet, but other kids are.
Yeah.
So like I will like try and be like cool, and I'll be like, hey, no cap, all right? And then
no
then, like,
cap,
they're
all
like-
right. I don't
they're
even
like-
think you used it right.
They're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, wait, like you don't say it? And they're like, I don't know what that means.
They're 5, Jimmy. They're 5 years old.
Yeah, they're
No,
like
I'm just
8,
kidding.
but still, it's like
Yeah, and usually like transition it goes
Yeah.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it went all the way back. Like, you know,
I also work at a school, but with adults, and
Is it a daycare?
no, it's
Adult
not a
adult
daycare.
daycare.
I work at a cosmetology school, and it's funny because that same thing happens to where like they'll use the slang, and I'm like, what is this? What people are saying now? Like, and then but I usually catch on to the trend like late. So when I try to like be cool, I'll like say something, and they're like, nobody even says that anymore, and I'm like, okay, let me just go cry in the bathroom.
Trying to make it happen.
Yeah,
I know.
because there's been people like I talk to who are like a little bit older than me, and like they use words like salty or butthurt or like ratchet. I'm like those words already.
I know, yeah. I try not
Yeah.
to like, or like if I see that like they're not saying it anymore, I'm just like, all right, okay, so
Or
we can't say
slay, like I don't even know. Or on fleek, do you guys
Yeah,
know
that-
that? They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
say on
that's-
fleek
that's
anymore.
gone.
I still say
What
it.
do they say?
They say, what do they say now?
I think slay's still relevant. I think.
Is slay okay? So it'll say slay, like slay queen or
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that. Or on point, not on fleek, but it'll be
Yeah.
like, ooh, she's on point.
I always said on point,
Really?
even before it was cool. Just kidding.
Or period with a T at the end. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, period. Yeah.
Yeah, like that I don't get. But
Like swag's already gone completely, and now it's more
yeah,
like
swag's the thing.
drip. Which,
drip.
yeah.
There you go. The drip, not the swag anymore. But yeah, do people still say off the chain? No, I'm just kidding. That's like from the
Emma.
90s.
Go home. Go home.
Like I will see myself out now. Yeah.
usher her out.
And what are you guys currently doing? I guess with your music.
Right now, so we have the second album out, so we're just like we're not we should be pushing it, but we're kind of not now because we're supposed to be going to like California in like a month, and so we're gonna be doing 4 songs there. We're still playing shows. We have one in December. It's gonna be December 2nd at the Hop Shop, and then we're playing in January a bunch in San Antonio and in
Hop Shop.
the Cena El Rey.
Oh,
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Never mind. The hop
So
shop's
we're
December.
playing those two places, but we're supposed but like right now, like our main focus is these 4 songs in like California. We're supposed to be going to Burbank. It's gonna be at Riff Audio. We're literally spending like almost Christmas there, so like we're gonna be there like a week, and we're just gonna like try and get 4 songs done in 2 days, which we've never done before because our first album took us like almost 5 years.
Yeah.
And that was like 9 songs, and our second album took, if not the same thing, and that was 11 songs. So
In our defense, there's things that happen.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
life happens, but
Yeah.
but like we're literally like no work, no we're like not even taking like our girlfriends or like boyfriends or like anything.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my
It's
wife.
just work.
Yeah, we're like it's literally just us there 4 days, like 12-hour days, and just like getting stuff done. And so like that's where like all of our like focus is like right now.
What made you guys decide to go there, like with that specific person?
Because he's worked with like bands that we like. He's worked with like Chan, which I know.
I like, yeah.
And then he's worked with like State Champs, which is like a pop punk band. He's worked with
No effects.
Yeah, he's worked with No Effects, which is like that's like our thing. And so it just makes sense. And then that, and like he's like a super chill dude. He's very nice. And it wasn't necessarily affordable, but it kind of like he was so accommodating. And so like it just
And I think what's also really cool is that even though we haven't even like gone up there yet, we haven't even met him, he's given us like a lot of like good like feedback, notes, like things to work on, like how to improve and stuff like that, or like advice. You know,
and he totally doesn't even have to. But, but he, like, and then that, and like he doesn't like pull any punches too. Where like there's like certain times where like we will like send him something, and then he's like, okay, so that bass part, I hate it. I'm just like,
that fucking sucks.
All right, okay.
Fire your bases.
Burn it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but
so
yeah,
like,
I do like that he's very like blunt about
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, which is something like that we need. And I guess like we just like want to be challenged too, because it's like we've been doing like the same thing like over and over again for like 10, 12 years. And so like now it's like something new, something to be like challenged with, which is like it like makes us feel like
alive again.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like it's I think that is what it is. It feels like a new challenge, a new like a growth spurt almost, you know, like it's like the next level that, or like the next step that we should be taking. And I think what also is a part of the challenge is that like our last two albums we recorded with the same person, somebody that we're friends with, we're comfortable with, we're used to the environment, and now this is going to be a whole new place, a whole new person, a different environment. So I think we're definitely going to be out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a challenge. So and then also we only have 2 days, so it's like
2 days.
also
2 days,
working
yeah.
under pressure. So
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be an experience to say the least.
It's like, and then like that, and it's like I guess for like me, it's like I just want to be like challenged, and I just want to do something like scary, because it's like shows like I don't get nervous to like play anymore. I don't really get like scared of anything, like where like the second album, it could have went somewhere, it could have went like nowhere. I really didn't, like it's fine. But like this is like one of those things where it's like there's so much like time and money and everything involved in this that it's like almost like kind of like scary. Like it's super scary.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared,
Yeah.
and I have like anxiety because I don't like to travel far. I don't like to be in small spaces for long periods of time. And we are going to be driving over there. We're going to be in a small confined space for a long period of time, driving away from home. And so I'm pretty anxious about it and like scared. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like excited at the same. So it's like this weird, like scared, excited feeling. I don't know.
I'm scared that we're gonna get there, we're gonna do our thing, and we're not gonna finish it. That is my...
Don't even say that. That hadn't even
And
crossed my
also,
mind.
I'm scared that someone is gonna like
Flake.
Someone's gonna flake last second, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, I couldn't get those like dates." Because so far everyone's like, "Okay, cool, yeah."
It's gonna be me, Jimmy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have the time off guaranteed. So
Yeah,
it's
me
fine.
too. But
Yeah.
there's like it's just like an everyday thing where I'm just like, "All right, guys, come on, days off. Let's
Let's get it.
Just
Let's
checking
Yeah.
on again. Like
just checking in, guys. All right."
you have them. You have them.
Because if you're not going, I mean,
I need to know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just scary.
So we can replace them. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I mean, we want to make sure everything
It also
goes
just
smooth.
happened like so quick too.
It did happen really quick. Well, it sounds like it happened quick, but this actually happened back in February.
Oh yeah, it did. But
Yeah.
like the ability.
But
we
it's
were-
because the older you get, the faster time goes.
man, I
So
hate that.
it feels like it's faster, but
Oh,
it's
man.
actually not.
Yeah.
We're just running out of time. That's all.
Yeah.
all dark.
It's like we're just running out of time.
Sorry, yeah.
Time is finite.
It is.
So no, yeah, like also like where we were able to like just write 4 new songs like out of nowhere.
Oh shit, yeah. And like the songs are done, but they're also not done too. It's like we will like write a song and it'll be like cool, it's like done, and then we'll just play it live over and over and over again, and then we'll like add little things every show,
Yeah.
and then we'll like practice it, and then eventually when we do go into a studio, we kind of know what we're gonna do, and this is like one of those things where we just finished it and then we're like,
What do we do now?
that's it. Like
But do you think, and this is something I've been wanting to ask you for a while, and now I'm doing the interview. No,
Go
I'm
for
just
it,
kidding.
no,
No,
go for it.
no, one thing
It's her
is
show now.
that-
I
I know,
am the
right?
interviewer now.
I'm like, hello everybody, welcome to the. No, I'm just kidding. No, but those 4 songs that we're gonna be recording in California, do you think we should start playing them at shows?
yeah,
Like,
I had told you guys we should start playing
and
them.
I wanted to, but I felt like you guys didn't want
No,
to.
everyone else was like, nah, next show, man. And I'm
No.
like, next show? It's in December. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I think we better like start playing. Like maybe the next show, let's do a practice, and then the next show we play them because we gotta also get like a temperature check. You know, are people digging it? Like, how is it going?
I'll take my
deal.
temperature.
Okay, 1, 2,
Deal,
3, deal.
deal,
Alright,
deal.
yeah.
Okay, that's it. It's
All right,
done.
we're good.
Okay.
And when is the next show? Because I want to make sure like to catch you guys the next time you guys are performing here.
December 2nd
December 2nd.
at the Hop Shop.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're literally not playing until January. And in January, we're playing with And the Hero Prevails at the Cena at the Cena.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing January 8th, which is a Sunday. I don't know if I told you guys that.
Yeah, I'm off that Monday, so I'm.
Oh,
good.
cool.
That's
All right,
super
perfect.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything works out. Yeah, so then
Yeah,
we're...
I checked because I'm like, I need my 8 hours of sleep. I'm like, let me make
I
sure I'm
would
off the next day.
See, like another thing is that I was gonna tell Zach, who's the bass player, I was gonna be like, "Hey, dude, is it cool if we like open like?"
because you know we have a full-time jobs, you
Yeah.
know, and my bedtime's 10:30, and
I gotta be at work at
if I go
5:30.
to sleep later than 10:30, I'm gonna be grumpy in the morning. So
Yeah.
I need to hit the sack at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's our next show. We're playing with Bassborn. I forgot how to pronounce it.
That's pro.
Oh yeah, it was a hard one. Despero.
Dispero, yeah,
Oh.
Despero, yeah.
and Bassborn, and I forgot who else.
ATHP.
No, December.
Oh, sorry. Those are the only 2 I remember. I need to look at the
I'm just
flyer
really
again.
excited to just play with those 2 like bands. Anyone else? I'm equally as excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Even
either
though
way.
we don't remember it.
And then it's cool to play also with bands that like we've never heard before, because then we are introduced to like new bands, new music.
We've literally played with both those
Hopefully
bands before.
new friends.
We've literally played with both those bands before.
I
One of them is like Ruben. Like
I
he's in that
forget a
band.
lot, so I know Ruben though, so
Yeah.
it's good. But I haven't met the other ones that he's in the band with. So
They're like, oh, is Emily gonna be there? Because I love her.
liar.
We're only going for Emily.
He's just buttering me up. You're just trying to make me feel bad now. It's fine. It's gonna be fun either way.
What has been your secret like to staying together for so long?
Communication. is
Yeah,
key.
and don't recruit assholes.
Sour grapes. right
No,
there. Yeah.
no, but like even people that have like been in the band that end up like leaving or like whatever, they're nice people, and like I guess it's just like one of those things where it's like we don't care if you can play really good, and like we don't care if you're like the best of what you're like playing and stuff
We
like
want to
that.
know what's in here.
Yeah, I mean it sounds stupid, but yeah, like
But kind of.
said it so like
I mean,
Yeah.
you just have to like. I think just like your attitude, you know,
Yeah.
like, attitude really is cliche as it sounds. Attitude is everything. So it's like even if you can't play that well, like if you are a cool person and you're like a positive, you know, person, you have positive energy and you're fun to be around, like that's fine.
that's
you
literally
know?
it. Like
Like-
it's just you have to be that. You have to be like dedicated. Like you have to literally. It sounds
No,
stupid because it's
no
like
call,
a work
no
thing.
shows.
No,
'cause
you
if
should. I mean, you
you're
should.
out.
Yeah, it's like a work thing, but it's like you literally have to be team and family. Like above all, like that's what you have to be, or else it's just not gonna work out.
Like before every show, we get in a huddle and we put our hands in and we go,
No,
team and
we
family,
don't.
team and family.
No,
I'm
we
just
don't.
kidding. We
do not do
should
that.
though,
We
because
should.
that's our core values.
Yes.
No, I'm just
Wait, do you guys have that too?
No,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
making shit
Oh,
up.
I was like,
No, my
Core
job,
values.
nobody
I
cares.
think like every employer
No.
has like value as one of their.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where I work, like it's just you better just come to work and do what you got to do. and
no,
that's
yeah,
it.
but yeah, it's literally just that. I mean, like literally, like anyone that has ever left, this band,
It's
is
they're the
literally-
problem, not us.
It's
No, I'm just kidding.
no, it's literally because they stopped being that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Or I mean, I don't want to put it that way because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So I don't want to say that they completely stop being that and they're just like not a good person. But I think life happens. Situations happen and sometimes not for the better, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And sometimes things don't work out, and that's life.
That's a nice version of what I just said.
Yeah. but
No sour grapes.
no
Yeah,
sour
no
grapes
sour
here.
grapes.
It's a more diplomatic way of saying it.
Yeah.
See, I could never be a politician.
Yeah, no, I have to be very like PC,
I'd be like huge,
huge.
Enormous. That's the long answer.
And going off on that, you also mentioned like you could tell when certain bands are gonna make it or not like fall apart within a year or so.
Yeah.
What are those signs that people should like watch out for, like to avoid those to avoid that from happening to them?
Like honestly, don't do it for money because you're never gonna get like. Do it for money when you have absolutely everything because there's like bands like and the Hero Prevails where they practice like every week.
They're very consistent.
They have merch. They have 3 albums out. They have like synchronized moves.
I was gonna say that like they put on a good show.
They will-
like when you can deliver on like putting on a good show, being prepared, like being professional, then yes, expect to get paid. But there's
Yeah.
like these new bands that they literally have been together for like 2 months and they're already like they have that kind of sense of entitlement that's like, oh well, I need to get paid, and it's like, dude,
What was this about? No sour grapes.
well, okay, this is my sour grape, so I will say this. This younger generation, I'm just kidding. No, young, old, whatever. But one thing I have noticed was that, like sometimes with these newer bands, there's that sense of entitlement, like they're owed to be paid, and it's like, hey, the rest of us didn't start getting paid until like last year. And I'm just kidding. I don't know. We've been a band for 10 years, and
Oh, yeah.
I think you gotta pay your dues.
Yeah.
Like just like everybody else, like you have to like put in the work, practice, actually like be at least decent at playing your instrument, and also like being professional. Like if you go on at a certain time, be there by that time. Don't take forever tearing down on
Yeah.
stage and you push the whole show behind.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for you. Like do what you need to do and be prompt with it, and then after you get your shit together, then you can start expecting to get paid.
I will
That's
say
my
that
piece.
there is new bands that do deserve to get paid, based on what they're like doing. Like for example, there's a band right now that's super new, and they're called Delta Divide.
Oh yeah.
They will like not only do they practice every day, but they will practice even if not all of them can make it. They will still practice. And then at their first show, they had merch. Like they already had merch. So if they weren't going to get paid for the show, they were still going to get paid through themselves. And then at that they have like 2 singles out. If they would like put that into like a CD or something, that's also like money.
Wait, do people still use CDs?
No, they don't.
People still sell them, even if the younger bands.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay,
I
that's
was gonna
good.
sell them as coasters.
That makes me feel like better because I started thinking they were like obsolete already.
No,
so
people
it's like,
still. I guess
Okay.
just for the collection of it.
Someone
yes.
told me.
Nice.
Someone told me that Saliva went on tour
really.
and they played several festivals with a total of 800,000 people, and only sold 18 CDs.
Damn, but
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, because everybody buys, or you don't even need to really buy music anymore if you pay for Spotify.
That's true.
You can buy everything like online now.
I forgot where I saw that, but it was like an article.
That's
somewhere.
insane
Oh,
though,
wow.
but
Yeah.
that kind of just proves the point even more so. Like they don't even make cars with CD players anymore.
Yeah, my car doesn't have a CD.
Mine
player.
either. It sucks. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, but like there's like certain like bands who like when they like start out strong and they're just like, hey, like we have all this stuff and they're like bringing people, then yeah, I mean, like by all means, like you do deserve to get paid. But like when you're not like when you're not doing any of that up front, and you're just we need like money and this and that, you're probably not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen like several bands where like they start out and they're like, we like need to get paid, and then also when everything fluctuates, where like you're like the top band,
Yeah.
and then people stop coming, you give up. Like literally happens like all the time.
And
Like
I think that's the thing also with the newer bands, when they start off like playing really good shows right away with
Yeah.
a lot of people right away, they kind of already have that expectation. And then when like reality kind of kicks in and you realize, whoa, not every show is gonna have a ton of people, or we're not always gonna get like successful shows, they start to kind of get discouraged, and then slowly like they don't want to do it anymore. So in a way I'm kind of glad where we started, because we started, like not really playing like the best shows with like a lot of people. Sometimes there would only be like a couple
There'll
of
be
people.
no people sometimes.
Or no people at all. And it was
we
just
played at the scene at El Rey for nobody.
it was
Oh
just
my
a
God.
really
Yeah.
great practice session.
It was a great practice with an awesome sound guy.
Yeah.
And we had monitors. It was awesome.
It was amazing. But see, even at that, we still saw it like glass half full, because we're like, well, fuck yeah, we get like a great practice out of this. We can hear ourselves. The sound sounds amazing. We're on this huge stage. But I feel like we have no expectations.
I mean, no, like I feel like that show was like the one where we played at Cena with nobody. I feel like the only reason we could like think about it that way is because it wasn't new. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it wasn't
throughout
like
like our
anything.
years of playing, we've played to 1 people, no people, 5 people, hundreds of people.
Two
Yeah.
peoples.
Like we played like every crowd imaginable, like in every type of fest, show,
Yeah.
city.
So
club
now I
thing.
have like no expectation at all. Like when I go somewhere, I'm just ready for whatever.
We're just immune. Like we just do it because it's fun and because
Yeah.
we've been through it all. Like
Yeah.
by this point, like if we don't play to anybody, it's like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
How long did it get to get to that point?
It just happened
It
gradually.
just happened where
Yeah.
like I think before Emily too, we had started out really slow. We were like playing for like nobody, and then we started playing scene shows, which are like like everyone goes to those, and we were playing for like 60, 80, 100 like kids like every other week. And then slowly those shows started to just like die like down, and then we started playing for like same thing, like 5-10 like people, and it was discouraging for a bit, and then the band almost ended because our first singer left, and then we got Emily. And then after that, like just kind of like knowing that it was gonna end like a few like times, it just made us more like, oh shit, like I just don't want it to like end now. And I think like that's all it is. It's just like I would rather play for nobody than to not play at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna ask like what kept you guys going, but it's that, right?
Yeah, it's literally that. And just like the fact that like I remember we like wrote our first song, and it was just me, Eddie, Mario, just playing the same chord at the same time, and just it not sounding like out of tune, and it not sounding like out of time, and just Emily sounded great. That I was like, get that feeling every time we like write like this song and that song and this song and that song, and I still get the same way where like I still feel like, holy shit, like I love this. And just that like feeling that never goes, it just feels good.
Wow.
It's like drugs, you know. It's
I
like,
feel like if any of
Music
us
is
are-
my heroin.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like the only sort of unhealthy thing we do.
yeah.
What?
Like an
Music?
unhealthy.
Music, it's not unhealthy.
No, it's not that it's unhealthy.
It's
It's,
healthy.
like we like.
I think
we're-
it's the PCP that's what's
Then-
unhealthy.
Yeah.
like not unhealthy, like in a sense, but like kind of where we sometimes socially, like sometimes we kind of put this before other things. Sometimes, where clearly that's probably not what we should be doing, but
Yeah.
we do it anyways.
Yeah.
Like work, like family and things, and like
Well, I feel like we've gotten better at
We've gotten
that.
better at it.
We
Because we've gotten
have.
better at it.
Because we would literally miss like holidays and like family shit just to go like play shows.
Yeah.
And there were good shows. There were terrible.
They were
terrible
not even
shows.
worth it. Like
They were not worth it.
Like we played a show on New Year's, and instead of being with our family, we went to this like weird house in the middle of nowhere
Oh.
with like a bunch of old guys that were like
See, we
drinking.
played every
Hey, they fucking
Yeah.
loved you though.
Yeah, but it was weird.
It was like just like 4 drunk dudes and some guy who invited us over Facebook.
Yeah,
He was
and-
super excited though. He loved us though.
Yeah,
He was like,
but
"Can you guys come and like play?"
I was like, damn, I could have been like at home with my family, like popping fireworks and just like.
I think after that show, we made it a rule where we don't play holidays.
Yeah, we did.
so-
Have you guys become more selective when it comes to like the certain places you play or no?
No, well, I mean,
Well, I have a
Like
couple
I guess like a
places in
standard.
mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
I won't name them, but there is a certain place that I won't go back to.
We will
again.
not play the Moon Rock anymore. No,
Oh
no.
yeah, that is another one. I have 2 places. In
Wait,
mind.
what's the second one?
I don't want to say. They
She doesn't
still
wanna
throw
burn
shows. I
bridges.
think.
They still throw shows?
Yeah, it's sour grapes. I don't
Don't
know.
burn bridges.
Wait, like give me the first word.
Oh, I'd give it away.
Oh, okay. Give me
But
the
it-
first letter.
S.
S.
Oh.
The Cine del.
No.
You don't even know how to spell
Oh my
it.
God! And you went to college?
Well, I didn't major in venues.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
Zebra?
Z. Z.
Either way, whatever we basically do.
It's also a game that people play.
Checkers?
oh.
You play it in elementary school.
Snakes?
No.
The Z.
Oh my God! I'm gonna end up
This
just
is a
saying
guessing
it
game.
because he can't
Say
say
it.
No.
I could censor the word afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
alright.
okay, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, now that you said that, it made me feel
Wait,
better.
why?
Because one of the last times that we played there, I walked in and the bouncer, whoever was at the
Oh
door,
yeah, he started shit with you.
he was giving me a hard time, and I was like, I'm in the band, and he was like, are you with the band or are you in the band? And I'm like, I'm in the band.
Oh, he was
and
just like,
he
okay.
he was
Yeah.
having just like a
power trip.
yeah, or something. I don't know what the fuck was his problem, but it really, because he didn't just say that once, like he kept repeating it. I'm like, I'm not a fucking idiot, like I
He's calling
understand.
you a groupie.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
basically, and I'm
Wow, I
like,
forgot about that.
yeah, so I refuse to play there again because I
It's like,
won't.
are you dating one of the guys or are you in the band?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I just took that as disrespect. So, not gonna,
No, yeah, that's
not gonna,
understandable.
yeah, it was horrible. I was like, okay, like,
No, yeah,
I ain't
but
gonna do that
like
shit.
aside from like that, like we're not really picky with like how we pick shows. We're just picky with like we're not even picky with the bands that we play with
No,
either.
not at all.
I think like for me personally, because like they like mostly ask like me, because I have the pay or the
Yeah.
the contact info. I'm only weary about like 1 or 2 promoters, and that's about it. But I mean, like other than that, like we're like pretty much down for like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless like, well, for me anyway, unless we have like a horrible experience somewhere, like I just
Yeah.
mentioned, then that's where I'd be more like, I don't want to play there. But other than that, like, I mean, I don't really have, if I don't have a reason to like not want to play there, then I don't mind pretty much playing anywhere.
Unless it's like a weekday, then we're like,
Oh yeah, no, we have jobs.
Yeah,
we
like
can't do
then
that.
it's like
used to play weekdays. That's
those shows always suck too. So it's like I don't know why people throw
like
shows.
nobody's
on,
gonna
like, a
come on a Wednesday to yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna- yeah.
That's true. I've never seen shows like on weekdays do well.
Yeah, we used to play a lot of shows on the week, like Wednesday, Thursdays. I'm like, what? And then,
Thirsty
after a while, it's like-
Thursdays.
oh yeah, because we played at bars a lot. too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it
We're
was.
just, we couldn't drink
It-
at the bars early.
It
on.
was just like the 5 regulars that were there all the
Yeah,
time.
like,
They're
we
just
had to
passing.
wait outside on a Wednesday at night and then play and leave.
And then they would put like those big ass X's on our hands, and then we play and then leave. That's when Cops Lounge used to have popcorn
Oh man, they would pay us in popcorn. That was awesome.
because we were just like high school kids. Like, pay us in popcorn, that's great.
Yeah.
And some free soda, why not?
Shout out to Franco, man. That was
He
awesome.
hooked it up,
man.
yeah.
That was great. Man, and they don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's also kind of sad is like all these venues. No, I was gonna say.
I like how he. I like.
Like no, that's sad in a way, but like you also like you play all these like venues sometimes and they end up closing.
Yeah, like Yerb. Yerb
Oh,
was
yeah.
so awesome. I loved Yerb.
Like how you grab the mic. Like this is gonna be a long
I loved
one,
playing
guys.
outside. I loved playing at that one wall. I loved playing inside, and like they're not a thing anymore. I loved playing at the. I don't know if the Thirsty Monkey's still a thing.
Remember that one time that we almost played at Peter Piper's?
Oh, that was gonna be awesome.
real?
Yeah, we
But
were supposed to play a lock-in,
We weren't able to.
and
After. I don't know.
not too many people signed up for it, so
Yeah.
they had to close.
Oh,
But it would have been cool.
It would have been awesome. We were gonna play for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah, all
Wow.
night.
Yeah,
8 hours.
Yeah, I
A
was
full,
ready.
a full working shift.
Yeah.
we're gonna take a
We
break.
were getting paid in pizza. No,
I
I'm just
know.
kidding.
There was
Pizza and
free,
tokens.
There was free pizza. We were gonna do it, and then they
That was
closed.
my main motivation.
Yeah.
the pizza.
Pizza.
It's the best.
How was Europe? Because I never got to go to that place.
Europe was cool. It was like where it's like if you've been to the Gremlin,
Yeah.
that's pretty much Europe. Except the Gremlin's bigger. No,
Probably were,
no, it's
right?
pretty much the same. Yeah, I kind of feel like when Europe closed, they all went to the
They
Gremlin.
went to. They also, I think one of them made 707. The
Yeah.
cookhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, so like pretty much that's the vibe. But like I've been to 707, and it's like it's pretty chill. But then well, because it's like coffee, so
Yeah,
it's
it's a little different. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like you can only get so much like crunk there. But
do
no, I
do we
said
even
crunk.
say crunk
No, I
anymore?
said crunk.
It's
Nobody said
lit
it.
now. You can only get so lit.
Yeah, it was only so lit.
Yeah, because we
But,
we like to party hardy.
yeah.
So
But yeah, but I went to the Gremlin and I'm like, hey, this is just Yerb, but like better because
But-
there's like lights on top, and I'm like,
is Gremlin more of like a heavy scene though? Because I feel like I always see like metal bands playing.
No.
Or am I
No,
am I
it's
wrong?
pretty much
No,
everything.
it's pretty much everything. But I
Oh,
think it's
pretty
more like later, like punk pop. Yeah. I
Okay.
think you guys would actually like depending on your music. I think you guys might actually fit in there.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Because I don't know if I've ever been there. I don't think I.
you went with us, remember?
Oh yeah, one time.
It's like when we went to go see Fiends.
okay,
and
yes, I remember
pop
now.
punk band
It was really cool actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
There was lights on
but
top
you
of
know
us.
what? I think that's why I thought maybe it was like a heavier venue because I associate it with Fiends and they're like a heavy band.
The one
so-
show we saw there.
I know. Well, that's what stays. You know,
I
in
had
my
these
memory.
like pulled pork sliders that they had. It was
Oh, yeah.
so rad. I didn't even mind that like they were like $11. I was like, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it's a little pricey
Yeah,
over there.
but man, I was like worth it though because it like actually tasted like
Good.
food.
Yeah. Well.
Not like we like microwave
music's
this.
hit, but
It was-
I
also
get
the
you.
price.
It was
like,
like-
the quality of the.
it was
food
like we
good.
actually made it.
Yeah.
Eat it. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that place is. It's. I guess it's considered the spot to hang out with. Like all the musicians go there
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Until it closes down too. No.
No, that's bad juju.
No, I think like Gremlin's been there for like years and years and years. Like before. Like
Was it called
Your-
something else before or what?
Chemlin.
no, I think it's been there.
I like Gremlin though.
like
That's
a while.
that's a cool name.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's been there a while, so I don't think it's gonna like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's pretty stable, I guess. At this
Yeah.
Yeah,
point.
because they don't like on Tuesdays they have like open mics and those do pretty well.
Yeah.
Nice. And on a
You haven't
Tuesday,
peeked at their financial records.
Yeah.
check their finance. Oh, Mario is an accountant. No, I'm just kidding. Works for the
John
IRS.
I don't embrace excuses. I embrace
Solutions.
Oh, I love bar rescue.
Very good.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like the financial stuff, you're mentioning like how back then you guys wouldn't get paid off in the start. How do you determine like a band's value and how much they should get paid and all that stuff?
I feel like with the amount of people bring and
Like them promoting, like how much they're pushing
Yeah.
the show.
because I'll see like bands like throw a show and like
Wait,
and, like,
hold on. Before we
there's-
continue, I feel like in a perfect world, I believe every band should get paid.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I will
yeah, for
say
sure,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
In a
I feel
perfect
like every
world where
band
where
deserves to get
everything,
paid.
where like everybody's making money and like whether you're a small band, a big band, I feel like everybody should get paid. But this is not a perfect world, and go
Yeah.
to
Yeah. So
And-
I feel like okay. So like if this was like a show that we threw, right? It's like we put in like I was told that the Gremlin, let's say it takes $400 to book for like sound and everything, right? Minus sound dude, minus like like tipping people and shit. So that's $400 that we put into it. Right? And so we sell tickets for like $8, right? And we book 4 bands. Let's just be cool about it and just book 4 bands, right? And so, like, dare I say, I wouldn't care if we didn't make our 400 back. As long as we got maybe like half of it back, that'd be fine. Indoor sales. After that, it would go into like whoever pushed the show most. I would actually give them like, hey, like you guys actually like, you know, did like an awesome job. Like there would be no one here if it wasn't for you and you. But then there's this one band that just didn't really do much and they just showed up. I feel like I would still pay them. I just wouldn't pay them as much as the other 2 that actually brought people. Even if they were like the biggest band opposed to these 2 other small bands, I still wouldn't pay them as much as like if that one band was like, hey, like we've been doing this for like 15, you know, like years. I'd be like, well, that doesn't matter because you didn't really bring anybody. I kept like sending you flyers and shit, and you just weren't doing anything. You just showed up. Like, so here's like $50, you know, go. And
like,
then
here's
these,
$50, like, fuck off.
yeah. And then there's these like 2 other bands that brought like so much people, way more than us. The only reason why I feel like we should get, you know, like at least the 200 is because, well, you know,
you made the initial investment.
Yeah. So it's not really that we're like getting paid for like hard work. We're getting
for making a show even
You're
happen.
getting your money back. In other words,
but as far as that, the rest of it, take it. You know, it's fine, cool. Like this show wouldn't have been good if it wasn't. Like we wouldn't have gotten at least half of it back if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that, I think that's kind of like how I would see it.
And just to go back to like what Mario said, we're like, yeah, every band deserves to get paid, because I know, like, you know what I was talking about earlier, where it's like, hey, you know, you have to pay your dues first. You're not going to get paid right away. Like, yes, that is like the reality of it. But of course, in a perfect world, like I would like everybody to get paid, because it's like effort and time, you know, and energy that you're putting, and of course your creative talent that you're putting out there. So yes, I do believe that, but I guess my gripe with it was just like the expecting, like, you owe me attitude. You know what I mean? Like that's where I was kind of like sour grapes.
Yeah, because like I've thrown shows, like many a shows. Like there's flyers here.
Many a shows.
But yeah.
Many a time.
Yeah. And there's like certain bands where like they don't even like, I will ask them, hey, like, do you want to play? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then I'll try and contact them like every other week. Nothing. And then they'll like get like back to me like week of, they're like, hey, like, do you have our set times? I'm like, yeah, this is your set time. You're playing first, because obviously you're not posting anything, you're not sharing anything, you're not doing anything. So I kind of feel like it's fair that you play first, which isn't a bad set time. We still play first.
Honestly, like I don't even mind it, because then I get to get home early.
Yeah.
So,
but and then they get like mad, and I'm like, well, I mean, like the 2 other bands are like doing such a great job. It's like, and it's like I kind of feel like you get with what the work that you like put into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get out what you put in.
That's my like only gripe, is that one band, which doesn't happen often. I can count how many, maybe like 5 or 6.
Who were they? Nothing.
Oh man, I can tell.
He's like,
I can tell you.
Imagine he's like, I'll edit it out, and then the video comes out and it's all there.
Honestly, like,
No, I don't.
honestly, I kind of feel like one band that I have in mind was just like canceled recently.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah.
Canceled?
You don't have to mention the names, but
Yeah,
like just for me, like the important thing to talk about is like the red flags that you should watch out for, I guess.
Just that. It's literally just like if they don't communicate with you, it, like you should probably even drop them.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because
it's-
also, like, if you're planning a show months in advance and they initially said yes, and then you don't hear back from them for like the following month or 2,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I would have taken that as like, okay, maybe they're not as interested, and then just find somebody else, you know?
Yeah, just mostly that. Like if they don't communicate with you, then it's probably like sketchy. Yeah.
Or sus, as the kids say.
Or
It's
sus.
very sus.
Sus.
He's a sus.
I would say suspicious, but now it's even shortened down to sus.
Sus.
So
They're sussy boys.
Sussy.
I think
Is
that means
that a
something.
word? I like
I think
that.
it means something
Yeah.
different now.
Sussy girls, sussy boys. Yeah, there's a lot of those out there.
I heard someone say that recently.
You know Mario, right? The sussy girls.
You're a sussy. You're a
I don't
sussy.
think it means what you think it means.
You're a sussy boy, Mario.
Sussy boy.
You with your shifty eyes.
I was gonna say like also like bands. who,
His
like,
eyes
show
are
up
shifty.
super late and they still demand to get paid.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
There was-
calling names, but anyway.
Wait, that what?
Yeah, bands that show up super late and then they're like, oh yeah, there was a band that showed up. We're cool now, okay?
Okay.
Like me and this band, we're super cool now. But they showed up. Their singer showed up 45 minutes late
What the fuck?
to their own set time. They got mad that I gave them only 20 minutes to play, even though technically he showed up 30 minutes after his, or like 45 minutes after his 30-minute set. So I'm like, you should be glad that I even gave you at least like 20 of your 30-minute set.
Yeah.
And then came up to me like later on and was like, hey, are we gonna get paid? And I was like,
The audacity.
Think of it as like you show up 45 minutes late for your shift at work. Are you gonna
You'll
get
get
paid
fired.
for
Yeah.
those 45
yeah,
minutes?
no,
Like,
yeah. So I was
no.
like,
Did you pay him or no?
no, I didn't
Yeah,
pay him at all.
I wouldn't have either.
Paid him with-
Also, that's not fair to the other bands too that are like
A
getting there on
band-
time.
And like, this is where it shifts. That band lived in that town.
Oh my god, even
A
worse.
band that I booked for that same show came all the way from Japan.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, they
see?
were on tour and they came from Japan.
and they were on time.
They were there before the show even started.
Wow. See, that's how you know.
And they stayed for everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I remember them too. They were super sweet,
They were
super nice guys.
They're so hot.
Yeah, I know.
like,
I was
man.
like, you have no business, sir.
I know.
What band was that?
Silhouette of the Nude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
and
the
then
name is like
They like
sexy,
plugged
like,
in. It was super cool. They like plugged in motion lights that go off of their bass drum, I guess. But like normally they only like plug it into the stage lights, but they actually plugged in like lamps, like just normal desk lamps, like on the floor. So like anytime that they like played, it was all like whoosh.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It was
It was
super
cool.
cool. They were super nice too.
and super talented. Like they were really
they were
good.
shredding the whole.
How did you get a band from Japan all the way? Was it here in the valley or somewhere else?
Yeah, we played at. I booked them at the spot in Harlingen. I actually got them because David Alejandro from Bunny
Bunny
Product.
production.
He was booking them in McAllen, and I was doing a Halloween show in Harlingen, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go like halvesies on them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So they played in McAllen, had a great show there, and then they came down here and had even more fun down here too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, super nice guys. Great merch. Like I bought a like hoodie that I still wear now. But yeah.
How do you get into contact like with those kind of bands? For like not just like I guess international bands. Like how does that happen? Like the process.
Just friends. I've been lucky to make friends with anyone that books us, I guess. Like the first dude that ever like booked us was like Robert Gill, and he's from San Benito, and so like anytime that he had a band that he was like, hey, like I can't like do a show, can you do it? So I would do it, and then it was the same thing with Franco from the Hop Shop, Blaine from the Hop Shop, pretty much anyone from the from there. Anytime that they're like, hey, we have this band that needs a show, they're from here, and then that's like pretty much like that, like, and then also like David from a Bunny like product. So it's just like pretty much like when you book shows, it's really important to try and like talk to the person or the venue that is like booking you, because like they're super cool like people, and like if anything, they will understand exactly what you deal with more than any other band will actually, because like they are like, if not performing also, but performing in like
the
this-
talent of management.
where they literally have to manage everybody.
Yeah.
It's such a hard job. But yeah, because like you like throw like shows too, and like
yeah.
and like that's probably like you like probably go through, if not more stress than any band that's probably gonna play
Yeah.
that night. It's stressful.
Next week is already the big one. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these fuckers gonna show or not? Like,
Yeah,
they
I
haven't
hate
talked
that
to me in
shit.
3 weeks.
No, I had a band drop out. Nothing bad happened between me and the band, but like they dropped out because they're doing some other stuff, and I'm like, oh no. A week before the show, I'm like,
Yeah. Oh man, I hate that.
scramble.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
I mean, stuff comes up, I guess.
No. Yeah, it does. Like it's an important stuff. Like
They've
they're
done that too.
yeah.
I had COVID. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I mean that's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting. I understand what you mean because I'm like, yeah, that's happening to me right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I mean, like, I think early on too, where we had like this whole never cancel rule also, and like also that kind of went out the window pretty quickly.
Yeah, because man, there's like certain times where like I'm super sick and it's
Just
like
can't.
yeah, you
and I
can.
just
Yeah.
can't. Like not anymore. Like back then, like before like COVID, if I was sick, I was still gonna go.
He would like have a fever and like still be playing and
Oh.
hallucinating on stage.
Oh yeah, when I had a dream once that I couldn't go to a show unless Vin Diesel raced me, and then I woke up on the floor of my living room, and Eddie had like came over and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna like pack up already," and I'm like,
He's on the floor.
"Oh, okay,"
Jimmy's like, cool, just taking a nap.
and then I just like played the show. It was awesome.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever canceled a show. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to say that I won't ever, but I mean, I feel like for the most part we're pretty good at like not canceling. But of course, for things like that, like if you're sick or something, yeah, obviously, health comes.
In other
first.
words, if you need a dependable band, you can count on us. Is what we're trying to
Oh, this is your pitch right now.
Yeah.
I know, right?
book us. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Now,
Now.
we need confirmation from you now.
We have video proof.
We have the camera.
Yeah, the camera.
My shoulder.
I thought you guys were like hugging each other.
You're such a sussy boy.
I was gonna say that. I'm like, you're like, come here, sussy boy.
I don't feel comfortable here anymore.
So I don't want to take up too much of your time because I'm not sure what time is it right now.
I don't know.
I don't want to be too late.
I don't have a clock.
Thank
I don't believe in clocks. No, I'm just
You have one right behind you.
It's not right. It's actually wrong. It's saying that
Oh,
it's
I don't think
4.
it has any batteries because it's been like that. I think. Yeah.
Either way, at the end of the day,
Eddie, it's
it's
nice to hear from
almost
you.
like. Well, I got cut off, so I don't want to be rude.
No. You gotta talk. You gotta talk.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So at the end of the day, it's like almost like a second job, and almost like a relationship too. Because being in a band, it's not just rainbows and sunshine. Like, oh, you're a rock star.
Rainbows and sausages.
Oh, sausages.
Such
Yeah.
a sussy boy, Eddie.
Yeah, and it involves all the right skills. Like, even if like just applying for a job, you have to be there on time. You have to get ready. Like we've gotten really, really good with setting up and tearing down. Because I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
our true talent.
music.
It's not even us playing. It's just us setting up
Setting
really
up and-
fast and turning
Actually,
down
no
really
shit.
fast.
Rule number 1, man, get your stuff up there quick, right? It's fine. But as soon as you're done playing, if anyone comes up to you and is like, dude, great show, like grab something and just go like, yeah, cool. And just like
Yeah.
get your shit off. Like,
Yeah,
please,
or
man.
take it a step further, grab something, give it to them, and be like, "Yeah, man, come on, help me to the car." And
yeah.
they help you pack up, and it's
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
like, that's my only pet peeve.
What other tips would you give bands?
Also like just don't like my issue now more than ever is that there is more female like musicians out there, and there is even more male ones now. Like, just don't be a creep,
Yeah.
just be nice, say hi and move on. Like,
Yeah.
don't linger, don't like, because I guess like there's
Don't
like
be a
dudes-
sussy boy.
yeah, don't
Period.
be a sussy boy. There's like certain like people that just feel like that because like they're musicians and stuff like that like you can almost like flirt because because I don't get where that logic comes from, but
Well, I feel like it's a lot better now. Compared to like when we first or when I first started playing shows to now. Like, I feel like I don't really get creepy vibes like from people that often anymore. Who knows? Maybe it's because I'm not 19 anymore. But I'm in my late 20s now, so maybe they don't care. But I mean,
you
occasionally,
still got it, girl.
whatever, sussy boy.
I think this is only like a place where she can talk from because
But,
I don't know. Like I'm a guy.
Yeah.
No one's.
Yeah, I it doesn't happen as much now. I mean, occasionally, but it's not as bad. But I also think it's because I feel like, especially like with the younger people, like they're more aware now of that kind of behavior. Like I feel like, at least by what I see anyway, like I feel like now it's more about like, hey, like respect them, like respect women, like don't be creepy, and like just making, I guess, like girls and like women feel like, I guess, more comfortable in spaces and stuff like that. I don't know, I feel like I've seen that shift a little bit, which is good, like it's for the better, and not so much like, you know, creepy guys anymore. But of course you're still gonna have like,
Yeah, they'll occasionally happen, but I think it does get caught out more now.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It does, especially like on Facebook and like creepy promoters, creepy bands, like stuff like that. You get canceled now, which is great. Whereas like 10 years ago, like you could be creepy and like nobody even cared. Like, and you can harass, you know, like I would play shows and like get messaged by promoters or like people that owned the bar or whatever. They were literally like in their 40s, like older people. I was like 19, 20 at the time, being like, oh, we should hang out sometime. Really? Like, you're 20 years older than me. Like, that's disgusting. Like,
He's a
what?
sussy man.
He is. Like, what?
Leave me alone, old man.
I know. And like now I feel like I don't really see a lot of that anymore. And if it does happen, like you guys said, it gets called out. So I feel like that's a better environment.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
they shut down that shit quick. Like
Yeah,
I
don't
think
be afraid to call
I
it out.
heard it like in like McAllen. There was like a few incidents there. And
Oh, yeah.
they got that guy pretty quick. Like it was
Yeah.
like, hey, that guy's a creep. Keep him out of it. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
like,
really quick.
That's awesome. I feel safer. I feel safer now for the most part. Not so many
But yeah, I
sassy
think
boys
that's-
around.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick to tear down. Don't be a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be a creep.
Don't be a
Tear
creep.
down really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it an art. I feel like as soon as we stop playing, we just like, oh,
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Go home and go to sleep.
Emily's already in the car.
I know. I'm
Like,
like
good
ready to
night,
go.
guys.
Sometimes like I don't even say bye. Sometimes like the last show that we played at 707, I like took off. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just left after we
Yeah,
tore
I
down.
noticed.
Yeah, I didn't even say bye. I was
I was
tired.
like, we should stick around for like the other bands.
And then I was like,
Like, she's already gone.
peeling out. I was,
in her
To be
defense,
honest, it was super cold.
She has
It was-
family.
it
so.
was really cold though. I was like shivering out there, so I was like ready to go.
Like even right now, there's shows going on in McKellen right now. I'm like, I don't know how they're doing it.
With
It's
the
raining.
drizzle.
It's raining, and it's really cold. Yeah.
What if they get electrocuted or something?
Oh, that almost happened to us, remember?
I don't remember.
When we played at Europe and it was raining?
I think I felt like a shock from the mic on my lip.
Yeah, we were opening for Nina Diaz and it had rained.
I remember
Or like
that.
drizzling. And I remember like we were like freaking out because it was actually raining and they were like, oh, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Just,
And it was kind of okay, but at the same time it was like everything had a current and we were like
touching
feeling the-
I
all
was
Yeah.
more worried. I was like, oh, this equipment's expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't sing at all. I was like, you can't make me sing that, like through that.
Yeah.
It's like if any of this breaks, I cannot financially recover from this.
And
No. Well, I think.
Has there been any bad moments on stage like that or no?
Oh, I'm sure. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah,
any.
I mean, somebody like unplugged my mic once when I was like mid set.
oh yeah, there was a dude that had like
Sour grapes.
sour grapes with us. He was a sussy boy.
He
and
was.
but like that was like it was kind of my fault because I had what I thought was a civil argument with him on Facebook, which is why I don't have arguments on Facebook anymore.
That's
because
never
it's
a good
like-
idea.
Yeah, but I was having like a civil thing where I was like, I think all I said was, nah, dude, I don't agree with that. And then he blocked me. And then years later, like a couple years later, he was doing sound for us. And like everyone was really feeling us and we were doing great. And then he just unplugs Emily's microphone.
Yeah. I think we were doing a little too good.
Yeah,
and
we
he
were
was
doing
like,
a little
nah, fuck
too
these
good.
guys.
We were outshining.
And I was like, what the hell? And then like it took a while for the mic to come back on. I remember that.
yeah.
Man.
And but yeah, like there's definitely been moments where like something like that happens, or like technical difficulties, or like I think there's been like once or twice where like somebody like gets crazy in the crowd, like that one guy that was like, I'm gonna kill everybody.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Stuff like that.
And then he hit
So,
his head on.
He started
the
like
ceiling.
wait, was it the same one that was smashing his head or
Yeah.
and blood and all that. But
Yeah,
I mean
that was
that's been a while, you know.
It's been a while.
What about like the best experiences on stage?
Oh.
Oh.
Tuna Manso is really cool.
That was really fun. I think where was it? There was a show that we had, and I wish I could remember where exactly it was, but I remember. I think it may have been the Hop Shop. But one of the best moments was like when I'm on stage like singing, and people in the crowds like actually know like the words.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the best. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, like that's so cool because like they'll either shout out like a name of a song, like oh play whatever, or like I'm singing and I can hear them singing with me, and I'm like, man, that's like the best.
And I'm like, dude, you actually know our songs? That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm more like shook that they know even of us, you know, and then to like even know like the words or like the lyrics of a song, like that's like the best.
There was one show where it was when we first got Ethan and Joe recently, where we actually played at the Hop Shop, and Joe invited people. Oh, recently we had like one of the greatest shows ever where Fiends, who are like good like friends of ours, they threw a show at the Hop Shop, and they had us, October Roar and Need All Exchange, and it was October Roar opened, and then it was us, and it was such a huge show because like a lot of people were already there, and then when we started playing, even more people came, and I started getting worried because like people don't usually like they don't usually like stick around
Yeah.
past 12, and that's when Fiends were like gonna play. So we played, and it was so awesome. There was like just everyone, because like they were there to see like metal, right?
Oh yeah.
But they were so into it. They were so nice. And then literally after that, Fiends played, and they just went off. Like even more like people came, and they just like went off. And I think like those are like my favorite shows, is like when everybody gets like a good piece of like everything.
Yeah.
And like that's probably like that was one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah, for sure.
That and opening for Tantric.
Oh yeah, that was the best.
Atari's.
Yeah, no, that show sucked, dude.
I thought it was cool that like he was just there, like
Oh, Atari's, yes.
yeah, the
Tantric,
Ataris.
no.
Tantric, no, and actually that's where I also experienced guys being creepy or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know if it was like a roadie or the sound guy or what, but he kept calling me sweetheart and kind of made me feel incompetent and kind of just like move out of the way, sweetheart. Let me get that, sweetheart. And then I was trying to get off the stage, and he's like, "Oh, I can carry you off." I'm like, "No, like leave me alone." Like that was weird.
Go backflip off this page.
Yeah, shit. But yeah, that was weird. But with the Ataris, that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
The
you didn't
fact
say the
that-
Ataris.
Well, it's because it didn't involve like you guys like necessarily. It was really like a moment for like myself.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
just,
we did
it
play.
was just Jimmy's time
we
to shine.
played because like my favorite band is the Ataris. Well, like now I have other favorite bands, but at the time they were like my ultimate favorite band. I got so lucky in that I like got to like book them. But yeah, and so we opened for them, of course, because I was in charge of it, and but then afterwards, I had played on stage with them with my brother and some like friends, and it was so cool to just play with them, like my favorite songs, and just to like for like the first time ever, it was cool to play like a chord. And everybody knew like, oh, it's this song, so they like cheered.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so it was like the first time that I like ever played something where someone was like, they like reacted to it, like
automatically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was so cool. And then that just playing with someone that I like absolutely just like look up to. I was like playing, and we like were like just like working off of each other. It was so cool. But yeah, but I think that's more of just like a me moment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was a Jimmy moment.
it was a Jimmy.
But it was great pretty much for all of us because we still had like a really good time.
Yeah.
And Chris Rowe, even like when he sang, I forgot what song it was, he worked our name into it.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did do that. That was.
He said
that was
"Okay,
cool.
Robot" in the song, and I was like, "What? That's
Yeah.
us."
Were any of those moments like recorded or no?
Yeah, I have that video.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah,
Is it on YouTube or no?
it's on Facebook, but I need to share it. I'll share it.
Yeah.
I'll
'cause
download it
I thought
or
that was
something.
like the coolest thing ever because I felt so like seen, like.
Yeah,
knows
it
of
was
us.
super cool. It was
We're
like,
acknowledged.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What about you two?
Eddie.
Yeah, you guys are, you guys are, you
Let
guys
Eddie
are
go
all
because he
quiet.
hasn't said anything. Oh, you want to go?
You go first.
Okay. It wasn't a good show, the one that I remember, but
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't. It
You
was
said greatest moment.
No, but like to me, it was a good moment because it was the first time I think we traveled outside of here when we go to the Austin show.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
played in the
that was
forest.
fun.
We played in some kind of
We
weird wooded area.
played in
And
the
there was like 5 stages or something.
Fun fact: it was the forest from Dazed and Confused.
No way.
Yeah.
Aw, man,
Yeah,
that's
we were
cool.
so close to the moon tower. It was so crazy. They were like stapling flyers to trees, saying
That's
like
so
come to this stage at this time. we're
And there
playing.
was like deer, like there was like just wilderness out there, and it was cool.
It
I liked
snowed.
it. And it was super fucking cold. It was like like 30 some degrees or something.
It was cold.
It was cold, and I remember I was wearing just like a jacket, kind of just like this. But I remember being so like pumped and excited that like I wasn't even cold because I was
Yeah.
just like so ready to play. But then like after we played, I was like fucking like
Book it.
Let's get in
Yeah,
the band.
it
Let's
was
leave. But
super
like the whole
cold.
thing was cool because like it was like there's a lot of people there, and like every band, like everybody was just hanging out their own like merch and flyers and stuff. It was cool. It was a memorable thing.
yeah, it was.
I still
really
have
cool.
a lanyard in my car.
Really.
Yeah.
Oh, you're pointing at the wall.
I know. I was
Well,
like,
because my
is the
car's out there.
lanyard hanging on the wall?
No, yeah, that was cool. I remember
That
that.
was fun, and the trip over there was really fun too, especially because and I'll never forget this. Jimmy's mom, she makes these little bean and cheese tacos,
Yeah.
and they're so good. And like every time that I think, like even for California, I already like requested that his mom make these little tacos because they are so good. And that's like one of the main things I remember about that trip was those little tacos. And I'm like,
Kept
damn.
eating them like throughout the whole
Like
drive.
because there were so many and they're like kind of small, so it
Yeah.
was like the perfect like little just bite-sized like taco.
It was literally like bottomless. It was like
it was
we
a whole
never
ice
ran
chest
out.
filled of these little
Oh,
bean
wow.
and cheese
Yeah,
tacos,
we never ran out.
and it was so good. But in hindsight, all the beans wasn't probably a good
Yeah,
idea,
that
but
was
they
fun.
were delicious. So
Yeah,
and hopefully she'll be making them again. I don't know.
yeah. I need to talk to her about it. So, yeah.
For another trip
Yeah.
to California this time.
Yeah. Oh man,
Eddie?
we need like 4 days worth of it.
You're on
Um,
4 days. Oh my gosh! I'll take some sandwiches. Also.
I'm a bitch on a budget.
I know. Go ahead. Sorry.
The time we opened up for it was Shamu. We were playing at SeaWorld and we were outside.
We didn't play for Shamu.
Oh
Hurry
my
up.
god.
Oh.
This is why. Never mind.
Dang, man. No, actually, to be honest, every moment I play a Hop Shop. I mean,
Yeah, Hop
well,
Shop's
actually,
really
seen El Rey too. Once in a while, but like usually the Hop Shop. Like I always feel pumped because of people there, and then I get energy from the crowd.
Yeah. The Hop Shop
Dude,
like
yeah, it's
feels
like-
like home to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It's
like
it's a really nice place.
Yeah.
What about it makes it feel
Where
like
everybody
home?
knows your name.
What about it makes it feel like home?
Everyone's so accepting. The
Yeah.
bartenders are like
We
like
know
you-
everybody
yeah,
that
you
goes there, and I feel like comfortable there.
You can literally be in any kind of band and like someone will like you. Like there's been like literally like times where there's been bands that like don't make any sense at all and people will still
Yeah.
like they'll still like go and see them. And
And just the fact that Hop Shop has been around like so long, like I feel like it's a big part of like the music scene down here, like the music community. Like everybody's played the Hop Shop. Everybody in the music scene like knows of the Hop Shop, and we've been playing there for what, like the past 10 years.
Yeah, they
So
have
like
a,
it. That's why I guess it feels so like comfortable and it feels like home there, just because we've been playing there for so long. And it's so funny because like I'll invite like friends or like people who may have not been to the Hop Shop before, and they'll get there and they'll be like, it's kind of different, you know, because they're used to going to like clubs and like you
Yeah.
know stuff like that, and it's more of like, you know, some people may call it like kind of shady or like rundown like
it's
bar.
it's a dive bar.
Yeah, it's a dive bar, so not everybody like feels comfortable going to a place like that. And for me, it's like not that at all. Like it's I don't know,
It's very cozy.
very cozy.
It's
Yeah,
very cozy. They have this back room that's like littered with just like band like band names that are just like sharpied on
wow.
every part of every wall, the ceiling, like everything. There's just every band that has ever played there just signs and just like tags it up.
Yeah.
It's like super duper cool.
plus
Yeah.
the time where Blaine played one of our songs on the
On the
On
jukebox.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
Oh
that's-
yeah, and
They
they
have
have a
a-
jukebox with local like songs.
Yeah, they
for
have
reals?
like
Yeah.
our music in the jukebox. So
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
super cool.
So that's why it kind of makes it home. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like, hey, cool. They're playing the song right before we're gonna play the actual song live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like not even hard. You just say, hey, like, can you like put this song on the like jukebox, and they will be like, yeah, we will add that in. It's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they literally like care about every band, and they're super safe about everything.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I guess the last question I need you to ask my guest are, what's your favorite part of the podcast?
The favorite part of the podcast was how comfy you made me feel.
I will agree with that because usually, like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I'm very like not antisocial. No, I don't know if I'm antisocial. You think I'm social?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay. Anyways, I do feel very comfortable though, so I feel like I was
Yeah.
able to speak freely and like you laugh at my jokes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I like it.
I
It's
appreciate
good.
it.
I had fun. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's good to meet like new people.
Yeah.
Especially like I really like to meet people that like haven't, like when someone's like, hey, like I haven't like heard of you guys like before. I genuinely love that because it just makes me feel like we can still meet new like people and show them something different. And also you like made us feel very like comfortable because we're not very comfortable. Like we're not like very what's the word?
Social.
Like that's what I was
we're not
trying
very
to
social
say.
people. But like you make me feel comfortable to where I feel like I can be gay. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
He
Like-
can be a sussy boy
like-
around
like
you.
I've
yeah,
been-
like earlier when they were grabbing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've literally been holding my like drummer's hand for like 20 like minutes right now.
Yeah.
Just been rubbing hands this whole time. I feel like I can be myself around you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and which I think it's really important to have that, especially like how you interview people, like
Yeah.
making them feel comfortable, making the podcast go like as smooth as possible is like a big part of the job, and
Oh, yeah.
you're doing it, so that's awesome.
Appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like we have a podcast too, and we've been on other people's like podcasts, and they're so formal. They're like, all right, like it can't be more than like half an hour. It can't be like more than like 45. It can't be because it's like this and this and this and this. But like we like literally like do it with no plan, with no script,
No
like,
filter.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's like literally just let it be as fun as it can be. And I kind of feel like more people need to see it that way, and I'm
Yeah.
really glad.
It's the best
that
way to have an
Yeah.
organic conversation.
organic. There you go. That's the word.
You and your organics. I mean, like I personally don't do a lot of these aside from our own.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like if it's easy for me to talk, like you don't interject yourself very often. Like,
No.
Yeah, you kind of get it. Like,
Because even though the show has like my name on it, like it's more about you guys.
yeah,
rather
you
than
let the person
Yeah.
tell their. That's how you like. That's how I like when I was looking how to do podcasts, where I learned like or how to interview people,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
you ask one question and you let them like go from there.
Yeah, because there's different style. Like some people they love to interject themselves,
Joe
and like
Rogan.
Yeah.
like a kind of a little bit of inspiration with Larry King, and he would mention that that
I
there's
think they saw the same thing.
yeah that there's certain people like they want to make it about themselves. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me it's
yeah.
about you guys. I'm trying to promote you guys, not myself. I mean,
Because we interviewed a band and like that was hard.
It was so hard.
It was hard to not talk about.
I remember I had a
ourselves.
fever. I like I wasn't sick, but the whole time I was like, man, I feel hot. I was like, I feel so hot. Like I don't know, like why I have a fever. And then as soon as it was over, I was like, oh, I feel fine.
Your blood pressure was high.
I think so. I was just like, are they happy? Like,
Am I doing a good
yeah. I
job?
was just like, are they bored? But yeah, it
Nah.
was crazy.
So overall, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. Eddie,
What about you, Eddie?
15
And don't
out
say
of
no
10.
dumb shit, Eddie.
15 out of 10.
don't be a sussy boy.
15 out of 10.
15 out of
Okay,
10,
there
that's-
you go.
15
So
out of 10. Way past the barrier.
The barrier of what?
My lifeline. Nah, but I really enjoyed this, like
Thank you.
doing here, especially the fact that you're coming out and just like, like and with the intention of letting it just be ourselves, and because that's what you really got to be. Like you can't just fake it or anything.
oh yeah,
Fake it till you make it, but
and basically it's part of it is just limitation for me because like I'm not really super musically inclined. So I'd rather make it about your personality. That's why, like, whenever it comes to like gear or like actual musical, like, oh, well, how do you do these chords or that stuff, I don't really do.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I have that amp, and I couldn't tell you what's inside it. I just know that I like the way it
we
sounds.
can talk about like how musically like good we are. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we're good. I mean, Jimmy's really great. Like he can adapt really easily because I feel like music is his main thing. But like to me, like I wanted to be in a band, but I was never like musically inclined.
Yeah, like the whole music theory stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like for me, like it's always been harder to learn things musically because like music wasn't my main thing. But like I feel like we all got to a point where like we can like more or less kind of be more flexible.
I listen to a lot of Kids Bop.
See,
That's
the
how
best thing to do. Yeah.
that's how I learned all
Which is your favorite Kid Bop?
Kids Bop 1.
Kids Bob,
What,
Yeah,
what makes
the
it,
OG.
what makes it the best?
Huh?
What makes it the best?
it had all the small things.
It had all the small things.
Yeah, it sounds horrible though. Like looking back on it.
It's horrible. Or like, did you guys see that one clip on Facebook where it's from Kids Bop and he's like, "Sorry, Miss Jackson, I am for real." That little white kid, yeah, singing. And it's like, yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, from my perspective, is like I sort of know how to read music, but not really. But I learned everything by ear, and don't let that stop you from wanting to play drums. You know, you
Yeah.
just gotta have that.
Oh wait, never mind.
Well, not like I wasn't
general.
like just in general, like as for a drum kid, like you don't feel like it's a lot to learn, but it is an investment though.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It is
time.
you could buy like a Les Paul of like $2-3 grand, but if I'd say start off small and like work your way up to like a greater kid, and
You're
like
trailing Eddie.
Like Eddie started off with like pots and pans
Yeah.
before he got a
pots and pans and just keep a
drum set.
rhythm and
outside. Well, you said when your mom wasn't using beans in the pots, you would just use them when they were available.
You remember that?
Yes, of course I remember that.
I still have that pot with full of beans. It's all like
It's actually
still
a
has the
bean
same
tree
bean.
now. It's
Yeah.
sprouted.
I think we're out of time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but either way, guys, don't ever feel like you're not I can't be in a band because I don't know how to sing,
Or like-
I don't know how to play guitar.
As a wise man once said, don't let your dreams be dreams. Exactly.
I was about to say that too. Damn.
Dang.
Wait, I thought it was a wise woman.
It was a man. His name's Shia LaBeouf.
Shia
Oh,
LaBeouf.
Transformer guy.
Yes, you just have
Even
to
Stevens
do it.
guy.
So,
Glory be Shia LaBeouf.
You could also talk about your plugs, like your upcoming shows, your social media, and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay, see, I have that. Okay, so we are playing December 2nd at the Hop Shop.
Hop
We were
Shop.
playing, with, how do you pronounce that band again?
Despero.
Despero and Bassborn, and I
Bassborn.
think a few other bands.
Are they
They're
Spanish?
awesome. They're
I hope
awesome.
so, that'd be
I think they're
cool.
from Austin, so they're whatever. But and then we're also playing January 8th at the Scene at El Rey with And the Hero Prevails. We're playing in San Antonio
With Fox Motel?
With Fox Motel, Thelda Jane, Delta Divide, and a bunch of other great bands at the Amp Room on January 20th. And then that's pretty much all that we have planned
So far, yeah.
right now so far. And then if you guys want to donate to our California fund, we are selling merch. We have shirts, like long sleeves for sale, $20. All of it goes to gas money. at this point.
Especially with this weather, it's chilly outside. We have some
Yeah.
cute crew neck, long sleeves. We even have some like print along the sleeves. Super cute for $20.
Super nice.
Yeah, we're not just begging for money. We actually have material goods too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
you
actually
will-
good quality.
Yeah, you will get something out of your donation of $20.
Yeah.
I want my money's worth.
And
Yeah.
each shirt or that we sell before it's actually given a hug from each of us.
Yes.
And then so that's also us
Yeah.
giving
Hugging
our
you.
love back.
Yeah, you get that sussy love.
Mario's gonna spritz his cologne on each
know.
shirt before he gives it.
My grapefruit.
It's
color.
organic. Only the best.
And then your social media.
Oh, we are on Facebook. OK Robot. That one's not really that great. But we're on Instagram, actively on there, at
Facebook.
OK Robot. We're on TikTok at OK Robot Band. We're on
Twitter.
Twitter. We don't really use it, at OK Robot Band. And as far as that,
And then we have
Spotify.
music on Spotify, Apple
music,
Music,
YouTube
iTunes, YouTube,
pretty much any, like if you Google OK Robot,
any streaming platform.
Yeah.
we're
any
on
streaming
there.
platform. We have 2 albums out. What's Your Reason for Existing and When Are You Coming Home? As well as more stuff coming up. We have a podcast if you guys are
The
ever
Bot Life
bored.
podcast.
The Bot Life podcast if you guys ever want to, if you're ever bored.
on Spotify.
But yeah, that's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's really stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
No, don't put yourself down.
no, it's
if you want to
literally
hear
like,
Mario drunk, just
Yeah,
tune
it's-
in.
I mean, for the last couple of episodes, I've been pretty drunk on it.
it's genuine
Yeah.
stupid. It's like hilarious stupid.
Yeah.
Check out our Halloween episodes. If you're gonna listen to our podcast, listen to the Halloween episodes.
and drink a couple beers before.
Don't drive.
and don't drive either. Just listen to them at home and then have a few drinks.
Then drive.
And
And
then it'll be
also
a good time.
listen to this podcast.
Yes.
There's what, like 30 episodes up?
This is gonna be a 36.
36.
Wow.
There you go.
Awesome.
36.
Lucky
36.
36. 36 is actually one of my lucky numbers, so that's cool.
Did
cool.
your astrologist tell you?
No, not really. I just picked it.